my Cancer friends. Welcome to your weekly tarot reading for February 7 to the 13th. I am so happy to read for you today, and if you are new to my channel, welcome. Please subscribe and share this video if it resonates with you. If you are returning, it is so wonderful to connect with you again. Welcome back. Now, let's get started and see what messages we have for Cancer. Ooh, that was a funny shuffle. For Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions. We're going to start by selecting the final guidance card, which will serve as your final closing advice from this reading. All right, let's jump right into the tarot cards for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And we'll see what messages we have for February 7 to the 13th. All right, Cancer. What is the major theme going on here for Cancer? We're going to do a Celtic cross this week for everybody. Ooh, okay. We got the Ace of Swords, and it looks like it wants to be crossed, or sorry, we've got the Page of Swords crossed by the Page of Rods. Ooh, very interesting. Very, very interesting combination here. This is making me think that you're at a point where you're sort of needing to keep things close, but because of your level of excitement, you're having a difficulty. It's almost like you're sharing too much about what's going on that's transformative in your life right now. It's almost like your excitement for what's coming is causing you to talk and talk and talk and talk before you really know what's going on, what this is going to take shape. It's almost like you can't help but share it. It's causing it's the excitement of the Page of Rods is creating an inability to sort of keep this to yourself for now. Two cards coming out here. We see the Empress with the Seven of Rods in reverse. So your focus is creation. Your focus is nurturing. Your focus is expression. Your focus is, it's interesting, Cancer. You want to give everything you have to creating something right now. And you might not even be really paying attention to what's going on around you because that's not your focus. Your focus right now is creating something, is giving birth to something. You want to nurture something and create it with your own hands. And let's see what's driving all of this. You're not even paying attention to any struggles, any conflicts. Yeah. You're completely paying attention to what's going on in your imagination, your intuition. You're so excited to create something that you're not paying attention to the external world. You're talking about it freely because you're just so passionate and excited about what is going on here within. It's almost like you have received this amazing green light. Sorry, my cards are flying out of my hands. You've received this green light to go ahead and nothing is stopping you, and it doesn't look like there needs to be anything to stop you. But it's interesting that the Page of Swords is here because that makes me think maybe, you might want to keep some of this to yourself right now. And seeing the Seven of Swords, it's almost like you don't see that there's people maybe that don't have your best interests at heart, and they're paying attention to what you're talking about and maybe nodding and encouraging you, but what's their motivation? I mean, the Seven of Wands is typically a time where we're looking over our shoulders because people are paying attention to us, but again, they don't necessarily have our best interests in mind. So it's a very interesting dynamic here, but I feel like you're going full force with whatever it is that you feel very connected to creating, and it's like a green light from your imagination. It's an inner green light. What were the past influences on this situation? Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands were the past influence. So in the Nine of Wands, it's almost like you gave this idea came to you from a place where you were feeling kind of trapped and feeling like you weren't sure how you were going to be able to keep going. And then it was like you got a spark of an idea. And you listen to it and you're working on it big time. I feel like that's your focus right now, is to keep creating. and you're walking towards potentially a collaboration, a relationship, a union. Very interesting. Upcoming future, Two of Cups. This is very interesting. You are, you know, it's almost like you were at a place where you weren't sure how to keep going, and then you were given this like spark of light, and it carries you. It carried you big time into a new place. And this could be leading to a new connection, an emotionally fulfilling new connection. Your inner dialogue is still a little bit like, oh my God, leap of faith is scary. Starting fresh is scary. Starting over is scary. But I feel like you're doing it anyway. I feel like you're doing it anyway. And even if you're feeling like it's a risk, I feel like you're still gonna go for it. Outwardly, you appear to be sort of ready to go. Six of Pentacles. It's like a time when you're feeling like you're in balance, you're giving and receiving equally, you're in the flow, you're not really focused on lack, you're really sort of feeling grounded, and you're feeling like you have what you need to keep going. I think it's just a little inner sort of moment here with this Fool in reverse. Page of Pentacles. It could be that the Fool is in reverse because you've got a lot riding on this new beginning. Maybe that's why the Fool is in reverse, because you're not just trusting the process, but you've got this new beginning that you're a little afraid of and hopeful towards. Again, this is a Celtic cross, so this is your hopes and fears, and it's the Page of Pentacles. So a part of you is hoping for a new beginning, but a little bit afraid of a new beginning, which is obvious here when I see the page or the Fool in reverse. So new beginning is the name of the game here for you, my dear Cancer, and for some of you, it's causing a little bit of a tiny amount of worry, a tiny amount of anxiety. I don't think it's stopping you from going for it, but it's certainly creating a little tiny resistance on this new path that you're walking here. A final outcome is the Knight of Rods, though. I mean, I love this knight. He comes in very charismatic to sweep anything off their feet because so impassioned. Right? It's hard not to get swept away by the Knight of Wands. And so I feel like your energy is going to pick up, like you're gaining momentum here. Bottom of the deck is the Hanged Man. So you're completely trusting divine timing here. You're just a little freaked out. That's fine, Cancer. It's okay. It's a new beginning. You're a little bit worried about, will there be support for me? Will I be able to keep going? Will I? You know, you're sort of wondering about the future. But you're just getting started. So keep going, keep going. Okay, let's clarify these cards for you, Cancer. That was a funny cut. It wasn't even half. Okay, Cancer, for these 2 pages at the center of your reading, let's clarify that. The Moon. That's interesting. I feel like there's more going on here than you may realize. And that, you know, when I look at that 7 of Wands in reverse, with the Fool in reverse, I can't help but wonder if there's a slight anxiety about what's going on here. And it's like there's something more to this. You know, there's something more to this. I feel like you're feeling a little bit, I feel like there's almost a little bit of anxiety around what you're doing, and that maybe something more concrete needs to sort of be added here. I feel like there's a lot going on beneath the surface. Yeah. The Empress with that 7 of Wands. Yeah, again, there is this emotional moodiness here. You're really working on nurturing something, but I can't help but think that a part of you feels distressed, again, about this new beginning. There's this underlying feeling that is not piercing through the surface just yet. You know, you're trusting it, you're talking about it, you're working on it, but at the same time, beneath the surface, there's this unsettling feeling that you're nervous about this new beginning, and it's like you're not trusting things, but I think you're trusting the timing, but maybe you don't trust yourself, or you don't trust what's going on around you. Eight of Wands being clarified by the World card. Your intuition is trying to sort of point you towards taking the wisdom from all of your experiences to understand this experience. I do think you're starting fresh, and it may be causing some feelings of anxiety. But I feel like we just got the Ten of Wands as I was getting ready to shuffle for this to clarify the Nine of Wands, but the Ten of Wands is in reverse. So I feel like you're being guided here to release the fears of the past, release the expectations that this is going to not work. You know, release that, put those away, put those wands down, because I feel like you're walking towards a more aligned time. And that Two of Cups could be some conscious collaboration with people, that are going to put your mind at ease. Eight of Swords in reverse. I feel like you're going to be making some new connections, and maybe those are going to cost you your old connections, but that these new connections are going to help you feel less anxious. Yeah, you're lacking confidence here about this new beginning. It's interesting. You're lacking some confidence. It's starting to affect your mood, but it's interesting because that Hangman makes me feel like you're trusting the process. It's yourself you don't trust. You're making strides with yourself here. This is about you and you, Cancer. This is about you coming full circle and really trusting your instincts. Trusting your instincts, like that Eight of Wands. Six of Pentacles. It's being clarified by the Hermit in reverse. So it's almost like you need more reflection on whether or not you truly are in balance. Perhaps it's an illusion. Perhaps you need to get into some serious balance within before this new chapter starts. It kind of feels like as this begins, it's a slow start that's gaining momentum though. Page of Pentacles. Woo. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, you're being overly critical about this new beginning instead of just going with it, right? Like it's almost like you're, well, that's what we do though. You know, when you're worried about something, we overthink things when we're worried about things. But I think the overthinking is going to stop once you make some connections. You're going to make some new friends, or maybe you're going to meet someone. This is a new beginning, right? It hasn't even begun yet. And I think once the ball starts to get rolling, you're going to feel less anxious. You're not going to feel as anxious here on the Knight of Rods here. I think as the ball gets moving, you're going to feel lighter and freer and happier and more confident. It's just now. It's at the beginning here. Maybe you're still wrapping stuff up, right, from the old cycle that had you feeling trapped. And so you're very excitedly speaking about this and wanting to move forward, but it's like, I feel like there's, you know, seeing the Seven of Cups here, I've seen it twice now come up as I was shuffling, and here it is on the bottom of the deck. This is making me feel like maybe, you know, maybe some tangible plans would make you feel better. Maybe, maybe actually taking a step will help, because right now we're at the page level of things and you're imagining things, and maybe we actually need to do something concrete. You know, sometimes the Seven of Cups in reverse makes me think that we need a realistic plan. We need something practical to accompany our vision, right? And that that it might be time for that. It might be time to actually put some steps down and to, like, you know, maybe you need something practical to help you feel more confident. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, you know, you may need something more than just your imagination right now. You know, your imagination has gotten you here, but I feel like now it's time to maybe take a step or two, take an action or two, because it's interesting. I feel like emotionally, you feel very vulnerable. And so I feel like you might feel more confident if you made a plan, or if you know, wrote out what your objectives are. You know, it's going to be different for each of you, but I feel like something like that is required. Let's see what message you got here. Interesting. The message you received is the emerald crystal, and it says ceremonies and celebrations. It is an important life passage. It's a time of important life passages, such as a wedding, birthday, graduation, or anniversary. You are beginning something new, and I feel like it is a life passage, like you're moving into a new chapter of things, and it's almost like you do need to celebrate a little bit because you're worrying so much. Maybe a celebration would help. Maybe not worrying about things being perfect, and just by taking a few steps to plan this passage, right? To, you know, plan this out a little bit might serve you. It's a time of important life passages. I feel like it is a time of important life passages, seeing the World card here, seeing these 2 pages. But I also feel like it's something that's gaining momentum slowly. You are gaining momentum, but it's slowly, but I feel like it's going to build into something beautiful here. Something may need to be celebrated. You may need to celebrate just the fact that you feel like you've laid down your burdens, that you're no longer feeling so trapped. Perhaps that deserves a celebration. When I see the World card here, I feel like, you know, the World and the Fool. So you are finishing something and beginning something. So perhaps instead of worrying about it, we need to celebrate, right? We need to have a ceremony to celebrate our progress. Very interesting reading for you this week, Cancer. If you would like a personal reading, check out my website, blueroseenergyhealing.com. I have left the link for you in the description below. And thank you so much for joining me today. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to share this video. I have enjoyed reading for you very much today, and I hope to see you again very soon for another reading. Sending you so much love and light, my friends. Have a wonderful week.